Hello, what's up my people? Welcome back to my channel. So today we will be installing a BBK on the Lexus. These are RB Performance calipers, I believe, and I did get them on it's called the Fix Engineering website. I will leave the link down below on where to purchase them if you guys are interested. But these are BBKs that do clear stock wheels, so you don't want those big Brembos or anything, because once you do that, it's kind of hard to choose wheels. So that's why I did it. That way I wouldn't have a big trouble looking for wheels and stuff. But that's what we're doing today, and I will show you those in 1 second. But I do want to show you guys this. If you guys watched my last video, I installed my airbag suspension. In the end of the video, I did leave a little teaser on what's coming up with my Lexus, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys right now as well. So as you can see, that is a pretty big turbo, and it's on a 2JZ, as you can see here. That's the engine I pulled out on that junk car I had a couple months ago. So that's pretty much gone, and I kept the engine specifically so we can boost it for this bad boy. And I have acquired some headers and a turbo for this build. So as you can see, I am making some progress on this, and we will continue this build once I get more parts. But you'll probably see me showing you guys in and out on anything that I collect. But this is what we got so far, and I am loving it. I did paint my covers, but I did not do the best job. I don't know why, but like on right here, it just started like wrinkling up really bad. Like some parts looks really good, but then some parts like right there, like ugh, looks pretty gross. But don't know if I'm gonna fix that or not, or just send it. But yeah, this is what I got so far, and I am super excited. This build is really moving fast. I did not expect myself to have a turbo already, but you know, I got this a pretty good deal from a buddy of mine. He actually has a YouTube channel as well. It's called Mohican Speed. I'll leave his channel down below if you guys are interested in checking him out. He has some pretty good content. But yeah, he gave me a pretty good deal on this, and yeah, this is how we are having a turbo. Now I do have some other turbo parts on as well, but I don't want to do anything yet until I have everything that I need. That way I could just do this in one blow instead of tearing this apart and having parts everywhere. That's just a big shit show. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know on what's to come if you guys are interested in seeing this on this bad boy. But enough of that, let's get back on track on this video. So these are the packages that I did receive the goodies in. It came with steel braided lines, and these are the bad boys themselves. Like I said, they're not too big, but hey, they're not too small either. That's gonna be looking really good. So just like that. So here's the brake caliper, and there's where it's gonna go. I really hope this fits, because this stock caliper barely even clears my wheels here, and I mean, this is considered a bigger brake caliper, but it did say it would clear stock wheels, so I really hope these fit my wheels, but we'll find out soon. So these are the bad boys themselves. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it red. I don't know. I really love red, but I kind of want to switch it up. So, but for now, I guess this will do. But I don't know if in the future I will change the color up, because I really want to get like different color accents other than red, because I do red a lot, but I really like red, so that's okay. So what else? So it came with hardware, another caliper, and of course the rotors, and the pads are already installed there, so don't gotta worry about those. But yeah, I will be installing this in the shop, so I will go over there and I'll meet you guys over there. Okay, guys, so we made it to the shop. I'm about to lift it up and about to take off the wheels and about to start this process. So these are the tools that I use during the service or install. I use these ratchets, and use my electric ratchets to get the bolt out. So I just broke it off with these and then finished the job with this bad boy. You get, this is just a wrench basically, but 10mm with a wrench. A 12mm wrench, or You can use a socket with a ratchet, however you prefer. You're gonna need a flare nut 10mm wrench for the brake lines. And I also use the 10mm wrench for the lines too, but before you use this, you need to break them off with this, and then you can finish loosening them with this. You just need to break them off with this. That way you don't strip the bolt or nut or whatever. Then a little screwdriver or a big one, whichever. A 10mm hex, 17mm socket. So you're gonna need a cutting tool to cut the dust shield for the brakes. I use the file just to smoothen it out after I cut it, and I use some dikes too to just trim it around it too. And these are pretty much all the tools that I use for the install. Alright, so we're about to get started. It's pretty easy to take off the caliper. It's just two 17mm bolts, one back here and one back here. You pretty much just hold it down to the knuckle. Before I do take off the caliper, what I am going to want to do is loosen the brake line from the caliper. It is a 12mm. Loosen it and then just snug it back up. Not loosen it all the way. Loosen the line from the caliper, you're going to want to loosen this line as well, and it is a 10mm. You're going to need a flare nut wrench. So a flare nut wrench looks something like this. Do not use a normal wrench because you will strip that. So all you're going to do is just loosen it and then snug it back up. Just so when we have all this off, it's not going to be a pain to loosen them because they're not going to be sturdy. Also too, we're going to take off this like retainer or holder that holds the brake line together. So just grab like a little screwdriver and just rock it back and forth. Just like that is how I usually do it. And I'm probably going to need a bigger screwdriver, but it's going out. Pretty sure you could get a bigger screwdriver, come off easier, but it came off. So make sure to save these because you will need them to put the new ones in. You got those lines loose and snug back up and taking off that retainer for the bracket, you go ahead and take off the caliper right here. So I got the old caliper off and I'm trying to test fit it. It looks like I did have to bend this a little bit to get the rotor to fit because it does extend farther out than the shield here. And I'm also gonna have to cut probably like right there too, because as you can see, it interferes with the bracket. So the bracket goes all the way here and that's interfering. So I'm probably gonna cut about right there. Off camera to see if they will clear my wheels. The caliper will clear my wheels, and it perfectly did. So it is confirmed that these will be able to clear stock calipers, because you saw before my wheel barely even cleared the stock calipers. So this wheel barely clears the stock calipers is about the same as the stock wheel, honestly. So these will work with factory wheels. Go ahead and just put the new rotor on, and then I put the new caliper on, and I did cut a little bit of this just so it could clear the caliper, because it was hitting a little bit. So that is a lot better. But I did have the wrong caliper on this side, so maybe that's why it wasn't clearing. So I'll find out on the other side if I have to cut this side. But either way, oh well, it all nicely bolts up. And I did, so like I said, for the rotor, for the dust shield and the rotor, I did have to bend the shield a little over, so just so it could clear those, so it could spin nice and freely without hitting or rubbing the dust shield. But other than that, it looks really great. I did go ahead and I did tie in the stainless steel brake line to the caliper. So just make sure to put one washer on the end of the bolt and one washer on the caliper, and then just put it on there. So that's like a simple banjo bolt right there. So I am gonna go ahead and loosen the line here so I can fully connect my line. So here's the old versus the new. So that's the guy she tells you not to worry about, and then that's you right there. I'm just playing, but damn, look at this rotor size compared to that one. This one is a big boy, and that is very heavy, honestly. But yeah, here's the old puppy, and here's the new. Also, do not forget to, before you put the rotors on, make sure to clean them up real nice with brake clean and a rag, because it has this glaze on it that just protects it from getting rusted. After you get the one side done, go ahead and do the same on the other side. Also guys, I have a tip for you guys. If your rotors are stuck, mine weren't. They came off when I pretty much took off the caliper. Some might be stuck on there just because they have been on there for so long. If they are stuck, there's two ways you could do it. You could grab a bolt that fits into these holes right here. You could pretty much just thread it on there, and you could just tighten it until the bolt pushes the rotor out, and you could just go back and forth until it just comes out evenly. But yeah, that's one way to do it. Another way, if you don't care about the rotor, you could just hit it with a hammer until it comes off. Same on the other side, it kind of hits here still, either way, even if I have the wrong one on. I don't have to cut as much, but I'm just going to cut the same either way. Here we are, almost done with this side. To tighten down those caliper bolts, you will need a 10mm hex. Looks like this. That's what the supplied bolts are. And then yeah, after this, just gotta connect my line, and after that, we're pretty much good to bleed the brakes, and pretty much all good after that. So also, in the beginning of the video, I told you guys to loosen the line of the caliper, that 12mm up. You don't have to, I don't know why I told you guys, since we're just detaching it from here, since that way we don't make a big mess. Alright, so we pretty much got our line mocked up over here. To tighten this one, the banjo bolt, it is a 12mm, just tighten it so it's nicely snug. Don't forget your washers too, one on the bolt and one on the side of the caliper. And just snug this 10mm up too, and then just put your retainer back in there, and you pretty much should be all good to go after that. If you're wondering why I have these are 3mm spacers, I need them to clear my wheels, because my wheels would hit my knuckle here and it would rub, so a 3mm spacer pretty much covers that. So I was about to bleed them, then I noticed that the bleeders were in the bottom and this crossover tube was at the top, and that is not how it's supposed to go. Whoever assembled these did not assemble them correctly, so I did have to go ahead and loosen up the crossover hose and the bleeders and swap them up, because the bleeder is supposed to go on top, that way you could air it out. So I did have to go ahead and do that. I did not catch that in time, but it's okay. We got it going now. Here's the car all buttoned up and tightened down. Don't forget to torque your wheels to 90 foot-pounds. Came out super nice. I really like how these came out. They're not too big, they're not too small, they're pretty perfect. Those rotors are huge. But I didn't get a chance to show you guys how to bleed the brakes, but since the shop is about to close, so I had to rush through this. but I will demonstrate it once I get home. But these bad boys are looking real good. Alright, so we are back from the shop. We are back to my house, and I'm gonna pretty much just give you a quick rundown on how I bleeded the brakes. So right here, there's a little nipple. As you can see, this is a little cover. You can just pop this off, and it's a 10mm. And there's one on the other side as well of the caliper. So it has two of these in each caliper. So we pretty much manual bleeded them. So you're gonna need a buddy for this. So me and my buddy pretty much. So I broke this loose until air comes out, and then you're gonna close it, and then you're gonna have your buddy pump the brakes a bunch of times. After he pumps the brakes a couple of times, he's gonna hold the brakes, and then I'm gonna open the bleeder again until all the air comes out. You're gonna do this multiple times until all the air comes out. So you're gonna lose a lot of fluid, so make sure your brake fluid reservoir stays full. And you pretty much, so I started with the valve behind this, then I did it to this one as soon as the other one bleeded itself. I don't know if you have to do it to both or just one, but I did it to both just in case, and it worked out for me, so it should be the same for you. But yeah, that's kind of just a little quick rundown on how I bleeded the brakes. So that's pretty much a wrap for today. That's all I got for you guys. As you can see, this build is really coming along really nice, and I have so much more. As you saw in the beginning of the video, we are boosting the IS, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that, because I am super excited and I hope you guys are too. It might not be the fastest process, but it is going, so hope you guys stay tuned from that. And I have a lot more parts coming in, so should not miss out. So pretty much that's all I got for you guys today. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys, thank you all, whoever made it this far in the video. Hope you guys are having a great time. Thank you so much, and stay progressive.